This is a video on a confidence interval for a proportion. The question states, a survey was taken of 700 randomly selected students, asking them if they use public transportation to get to class. 105 answered that they did. Construct a 95% confidence interval for this proportion. So the first thing I want to do is kind of write down the important numbers and the symbols for them. So let's do that. We had 700 students in the survey. That's the sample size. N equals 700. 105 answered yes. So that's X equals 105. And then the sample proportion, which is P hat, will be 105 divided by 700. Which is equal to 0.15. So let's find out if we can use the normal distribution to find a confidence interval. So to do that, we need to calculate n times p hat, which is the same as x. It's the number of yeses. That's 105, and that's certainly bigger than 5. And then n times q hat is n minus x, which is 595, and that's much bigger than 5. So there's no problem. We can use the normal distribution. So let's go to our calculator and find the confidence interval. So here's the calculator, and I want a confidence interval. We're talking about a yes-no question about a proportion. So over here, number 12 is the confidence interval for a proportion. I click on that, and it asks me for n. N was 700. It asked me for x. X was 105. And it asked me for the confidence level, which was 0.95. And I hit calculate. And it gives us that the lower bound is about 0.12. And the upper bound, rounded to a couple decimal places, is about 0.18. So that gives us a confidence interval for this proportion, this population proportion. So now let's start interpreting. All right, so we had a confidence interval from 0.12 to 0.18, rounded to 2 decimal places. And I could draw a picture, and what it gives me is a normal curve, which I knew because NP hat and NQ hat were both bigger than 5. I want the area in the middle to be 95% or 0.95. And what our calculator gave us is that the values to make that area work are 0.12 and 0.18. So there's our confidence interval. So now let's state our conclusion in words. So we can conclude that we are 95% confident that between 12% and 18% of all college students use public transportation to get to class. So now what does it mean to be 95% confident? What that really means is that if you were to actually ask 700 randomly selected students and then ask another 700 and another 700, and each time do this calculation that we did, each time you'll get different confidence intervals. And the 95% is the percent that are going to be successful. And what it means to be successful is you capture the population proportion, because that's what we're trying to make a guess or an estimate for. So let's write that out. If we were to collect many samples of 700 students, then each would produce a different confidence interval. 95% of these confidence intervals would contain the true population proportion of all college students who use public transportation to get to class. And I'm done with the problem. Thank you for watching this video.